Why do you need a life vision? What is a life vision? To me, that sounds like work. To me, that sounds, okay, great, another responsibility. But I'm here to spend some time with you, and I just want us to think through a few ideas because I think it's incredibly powerful to actually have a life vision. And I want to explain why. We are so bombarded with outside stimulation and internal stimulation, I think more than we really like to admit. And when we're reacting to all of these things around us, we're not actually in control. We might feel like we are because we're the one reacting to those things. But it's actually those things that are in control and not us. When was the last time that you felt like you were really the one in control, where you weren't just reacting to outside stimulation, but that you were really the one putting forward the energy in a given situation rather than just reacting to it? I think that it's very common that most of the time we're actually in more of a reactionary mode. I think about vibration a lot. Every person and even things and objects, situations around us carry with them different. A life vision is our ability to vibrate in a way that is in tune with ourselves. Just starting to draw some awareness to some of those things in our life that are having an influence on us can really be the beginning of allowing us to create some space to let our inner vibration really shine through. I want to spend some time with you thinking through what those different layers of stimulation are. Think about how you're feeling physically. Are you hot? Are you cold? Are you hungry? Or do you feel bloated? Does your back hurt? Whatever it is, just take a moment to just be aware of it. Just understand it. Just see it. Next, I want you to think about your emotions. Are you nervous? Are you sad about something? Are you excited about something? Just take a moment to observe your emotions. Think about your physical space. So, where you're sitting, where you're standing, who is around you right now? What do you smell? What do you see? Are you able to look outside? Are you indoors? Is there natural light or not? Is it quiet where you are? Are there noises? Can you hear people talking? Traffic, the city life, animals barking? What sounds are around you? So anything within 10, 20 feet of you right now, your immediate physical space, all of those things are influencing how you feel. Take a moment to realize that we are sensory super machines. Our ability to see, to smell, to touch, to hear, we are able to take in so much information. We're made to be able to react at a moment's notice to all sorts of different situations. And then we can zoom out a little bit and we can look at the town that we live in. See, there's other structures that we live in. There's other structures that we've created in our life around us. Work, the family, the friends, the time commitments. We've made the choice to have that appointment. We made the choice to have that job. What's happening with the kids? What's happening with school? What's happening with my partner's job? What's happening at my job? The people at my job, my relationship with my subordinates, with my superiors, with my peers. How do I feel about the company? How do I feel about my company's role in the marketplace? How do I feel about my progress in the company versus how long I've been there? A lot of us spend time in a vehicle, less than we used to. Thank you, work from home. But we still get in this big vehicle that moves through space incredibly quickly. So all these things are external to us, and they're vibrating and they're influencing us. Now let's zoom out to the macro level. You do watch the news, You scroll through Twitter. How many hours a week are you scrolling through Facebook? Are you scrolling through Instagram? Are you watching videos on YouTube? As we get older, I think we do start to think about the bigger world out there. And there's some big, crazy stories being formulated in our minds. The United States is basically at war in the Ukraine against Russia. Is that a great thing? Is that a horrible thing? Are we helping? Are we hurting? What do we mean by we? The elections are about to come up. Are you on the Democratic side? Are you on the Republican side? Are you of the thinking that the two-party system is a scam? Big narratives there, big questions. It feels stressful. It creates anxiety. How do you feel right now just thinking about those topics? The economy. Is it getting better? Is it getting worse? Are people getting jobs? Are people losing jobs? There's so many big topics out there. Is Bitcoin finally going to put a stop to central bankers' ability to manipulate us through paper money that they control? Artificial intelligence. It's big. It's crazy. It's getting better quickly. How long is it until it takes my job? Until my job no longer exists? Is that actually going to happen? Is it a fad? Is it just being hyped up? Should I learn about it? Should I ignore it? These are big life questions. And the list goes on and on. But none of those things are you. All of those things are outside of you. All of those things are they're just thoughts. They're just stories that we've created in our minds. So why do you need a life vision? You need a life vision because shit's crazy. I think a lot of times we become addicted to some of this outside stimulation. We are afraid of the inner stillness and the quiet. It's scary. We sometimes can even see it with our own kids, this inability to be still. When you're a kid, you just need to be absorbing, and we become so addicted to the stimulation. Okay, God forbid they're bored. Here's the iPad, here's the electronic. And a lot of times we adults maybe start to act the same way. Take a moment to think about how things would feel if for a few moments, a few minutes, a few hours, those outside stimulations weren't there. Complete stillness. Quiet, right? Scary. What do you do? A life vision it requires first creating the stillness and having the patience to wait and listen to something internal. I really believe that every one of us is a tuning fork. A tuning fork vibrates at a specific frequency. We each vibrate at a specific frequency. But unless you create that stillness around you mentally and emotionally, unless you start to create that stillness around you, you're not going to be able to hear what that internal frequency is. There's a lot of tools out there for how to create a life vision, a lot of exercises. It doesn't have to be that complicated. It could be a photograph. It could be a journal entry. I've developed an application called Life Map. You can go find your Life Map archetype at lifemaphq.com. And the Life Map archetype is an embodiment of your most notable and your most distinguished traits. It can help you start to understand what those inner truths are, not things that you are because of things external to you. So there's a lot of different tools you can use, but fundamentally at its core, a life vision starts with a feeling. It's our tuning fork vibrating the way it's meant to vibrate. And the first thing to get there is to be aware of all the things that are external to us, that don't define us, that are not really us, but that are outside of us. And just the exercise, just going through what we just went through and just drawing some awareness to those things can help you start to create some of the mental quiet and the mental space you need to then allow yourself to have the time and the space to start listening to some of those internal sounds and those internal feelings of who you really are. When that starts to grow inside of you, there's a newfound energy. Only when that feeling is there can we start to warp time and space and create the reality that we want to create. So why have a life vision? So that you are permeating who you are, not just reacting to what others or other ideas want you to be. You don't have to be those things. You are not any of those outside things anyway, as much as you tried to be. What if you had a life vision? And maybe you do. What if you had a life vision? How would that feel differently? And I want to imagine with you the feeling of having a life vision. Something that is just like completely true to you, comes from you. You have a newfound confidence, an energy, a glow inside of you. You don't have to define whatever that life vision is right now. Just imagine that it's there, because it is there. Just imagine that it's strong and powerful and you have this strong life vision inside of you. Imagine going about your day with this strong life vision energy, this strong life vision glow, this glowing vibration firmly established inside of you, permeating out from you and towards everything and everyone around you. And it starts to change the world around you. Imagine that you're on a mountaintop or you're at the edge of the sea. When you imagine yourself having a life vision, are you looking down at the sand? Are you looking down at the bushes there on the mountain? Or are you looking out at the horizon? We start to see farther mentally and emotionally. We start to be able to see farther. And the distractions of everyday life become less noticeable, or they're there, you're aware of them, but you're not consumed by them. It makes me think of Neo with the Matrix, how at a certain point he realized, oh wait, I can dodge these bullets. I can outfight the agent. Like, oh, all it was just like a change of perspective. Like I could do this. I could always do this. And he realizes, and all of a sudden he's, oh, kung fu, boom. And the agent's, oh my God, how are you doing this? And if you can't articulate what your life vision is right now, that's fine. That's fine. We can talk later about tools and methods of how to get under those layers and get to some of those internal truths. It takes time. It is work. But I just wanted to leave you with this exercise of imagining what it's like to have a life vision. It's a really good feeling that becomes this inner glow inside of you. For the last part of the video, I'm going to leave some sounds on and I might just leave it playing here for a couple minutes. Feel free to just hang out, use this space, quiet the outside, enjoy it, appreciate it, thank yourself for it, and I'll see you next time.